Alright farmers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at the fourth set of fact sheets that have been released by Giants for the Farming Simulator 22 game. Okay, so we jump into the first one. Right, so if we got from Deutz-Fahr the top liner 4090 HTS harvester, 129.5 grand to buy, 310 horsepower, it's got CVT gearbox, it's got 555 litre fuel tank, runs at 20 km/h, 12 mile an hour, and it's got an 8,500 litre tank, and it weighs 9.7 tonnes. Now that'll do wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflower, soybean and corn. Now Deutz-Fahr, they've been in the game for a while, but there's only a few things that you can get from them, so this is a great addition for a harvester from them. On the small side, mind you, but you know, as with everything on this game, you know, you've got different size fields, you've got different size farms, you've got big machinery, small machinery, whatever. As within real life, the whole agricultural sector is catered for by lots of different options, which is great that it's carried over into the game, because as the game suggests, it's farming simulator. So to carry on real life into the game with different options on the size scale, then that's great. Great little addition. On the front of that, we got Deutz-Fahr again, the top liner 4090 header. It's going to cost you 30 grand to buy. It weighs 1.7 tonne, and it's got a 6 metre working width with a 10 km/h or 6 mile an hour working speed, and that will do wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum and soybean. So again, coupled with the small harvester is a small header. So like I just said, you know, small fields, small farm, small price. You know, you're starting off, you know, if you're going to start off on new farmer, or you know, you're just getting used to the game, start off small, start off cheap, get yourself used to everything. Yeah, very nice indeed. Okay, on to the second one. We've got the Zetor Proxima HS tractor. And this is a small tractor. It's going to cost you 49.5 grand. You have a couple of engine options, 76 to 117 horsepower. Now again, like we've seen before, this has got the manual and the power shift gearbox. So I don't know if that's going to be an option or whether that's just how it runs in general, but we'll see once the game gets released, and we'll see how that plays out. It's got 190 litre fuel tank. It runs at 40 km/h, 24 mile an hour, and it weighs 4.6 tonnes. Now Zetor, as far as I'm aware, is a new brand to the game. There may be some mods out, there's plenty of mods out all over the internet if you're on PC, but I personally haven't seen one, although I could be wrong, so don't hold me to that. But it's always good to have new brands into the base game before you start chucking mods into the mix, which is excellent. On the back of that, we've got Krone, who have been in the game for a while, and with this one you've got the Swadro TS970. It's a windrower, it's 41 grand to buy, 90 horsepower working requirement, 3.3 tonne and a 9.7 metre working width with 15 km/h or 9 mile an hour working speed. And a 9.7 on the windrower. You know, we've got some smaller ones in the game already, we've got some bigger ones in the game, so this is sort of like a mid-range windrower. It doesn't require a lot of horsepower anyway, so if you want to get your grass, your straw, your hay up, you want to get it up quick, you know, put it into a nice big windrow, and then you pick it up with a baler or a loading wagon, and that's all job done. So excellent. On to the third one. We've got Zetor again, the Major CL. Now this is an even smaller tractor, 42.5 grand. It's only got a 75 horsepower engine with a manual gearbox, 80 litre fuel tank, 30 km/h, 19 mph speed, 3.6 ton. As with everything in this game, you know, some implements on the back, they don't require a huge amount of horsepower. As you can see, it's got the baler on the back. So for small jobs, for light jobs, you know, yard work, mucking out your animals, whatever you're doing, you're not going to need a massive tractor to be getting it done. So something like this will fit in nicely. And on the back of that, we've got the massive Ferguson MF 1840 baler. 22 grand to buy, only requires 50 horsepower to run, weighs 1.5 ton, and it's got a 120 centimetre capacity. I'm assuming that's the size of the bale, and that will run at 12 km/h or 7 mph working speed. So again, on the small side, not a lot of horsepower. Hook up to a small tractor like they've got here in the picture. It's a baler. You know, do your straw, do your hay, do your grass, make them ready if you need to come back with the wrapper to make them into silage, you know, ready for your animals, stock them up for the winter if you're playing with seasons. Yeah, excellent. And on to the last one for today, another Zeta, the Forterra HSX, 89.5 grand to buy, 117 to 136 horsepower. So this is going to be the bigger of the three Z-Tours that we've got today. It's got a manual and a power shift gearbox, so we'll see if that's an option when you come to buy it. It's got 270 litre fuel tank. It's also got a 28 litre DEF tank. Now this, I said this before. Now on PC in Farming Simulator 19 there is the mod for the DEF, the diesel exhaust fluid, but it's not on console, which is why I play on Xbox. So we'll see if this comes into the game. You know, on the icons there is one for DEF, so we'll see if that's an added thing that you need to be looking at when buying a tractor, when running a tractor. So we'll see what happens. See what happens with that, because I think that could change things up a little for you on your gameplay. Now on the back of that we've got the Rudolph TDK 301 RA trailer, 32,000 to buy. Couple of options on there, 18,500 litre to 24,500 litre capacity, 5.4 ton weight, and it will carry all those along the bottom there, which is pretty much everything. So this is going to be, you know, your standard trailer for the farm, ferry stuff here, there and everywhere, take things to the sale point, take them to your silo, whatever you're doing on any particular job. So very nice indeed. And what I'll do again, as I did in the previous video, I'll pop up the icon pictures. So obviously there is some new ones knocking around, just get yourself used to all the different icons when you are playing the game. So if you pick anything up in the shop, you know, you can say, oh yeah, that does that, that does that, so you're ready to go. Reminder also that if you pre-order before the release date, you get the Class Zarian saddle track pack. You get the tractor and all the gubbins that are on the picture, with the spreader on the back and the implement on the front. Also there is the season pass, year 1 season pass. Still nothing's been released on what's in each particular pass, each particular pack that's coming out. You got the first, second and third, and then the expansion at the end. So nothing's been said yet, so we'll see what comes out on that. And that is about it for today. It is coming out on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox S, Xbox Series X, PC and Google Stadia. And that's about it for this set of fact sheets. So I'm going to leave you now. If you like the video, click the like button. If you want to see more, click the subscribe